What is going on? This is Jason, the zombie collector without the in front of it. Excuse me, I'm getting so emotional before the video. I'm already getting a little bit beklimped. I got a care package today from icollectichiro Ray. And he, kind of like Alex, messaged me like literally a month ago and said, hey, actually, now that I think I messaged him and said, hey man, I think between you and I, we could probably do some trades of Ichiro cards to help each other out between all my doubles, and I'm sure he has doubles and stuff. Maybe we can fill in some holes in the collection. He proceeded to tell me that he really doesn't have a lot of doubles and things because he makes up a whole other binder for his son, which is totally cool, and I think that's a great idea, which I actually went and did myself. After he told me that, I didn't even think about that. And so I actually did one for my son. So my son now has an Ichiro collection of dozens and dozens, if not 100 or so cards, just because of what Ray suggested that he does with his boy. So it really nothing else went from that, but he did say, you know, give me your address. I might have a few cards. He literally said a few cards. So I was like, okay. Then he sent me this note. It came today, and it says, here are a few cards, and I put few in quotes, that I think would fit perfect in your PC. Thanks for the support on your YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Keep up the great work on your channel. Ray, icollectichiro. So when I got home and there was a box laying by my door, and it's been there all day, and thank God I live in a neighborhood where it's pretty safe to leave just a random box from the UPS laying there, because most places it'd be gone. So anyways, I got in, and here it is. I'm going to try to show most of the cards. I will tell you that he sent me rookie cards. He sent me refractors. He sent me short prints. He sent me numbered cards. He sent me variants of all sorts. He sent me base, of course, cards as well. And I cannot believe the tonnage that I have. I mean, and so many of these cards I do not have. I would venture to say, without even going through it, now some of them I might have, but they're like refractors or they're prisms or whatever. I don't know if they're super refractors, but anyways, there's all kinds of stuff. So a lot of chrome. So I mean, some of the cards I might have, but I might just have the regular base paper or whatnot. So with all that being said, I'm just going to go through and show you these. And now I will tell you, this is a Japanese cards exclusively. So if you don't really want to watch it, I can understand. This might be for my Japanese collectors out there, either Japanese people that collect Japanese baseball players or Americans who might collect Japanese cards like myself, which are probably a whole lot. But I want to go ahead and show these off to you. So I'm going to go through and try to hit some of the highlights. I won't really say much about the card. It kind of just speaks for itself. Obviously, we got Hideki Matsui, Godzilla. Then we got Daisuke, who had a lot of promise and then just never really amounted to much. Those are the Matsui. And there's no real rhyme or reason. It might have been because I messed it up when I started opening the box up. I just started putting things everywhere. So he might have had these in a little bit better order. But he did tell me, he goes, I don't think there's any duplicates. And honestly, I could care less if there was duplicates or not. That he actually said he checked it twice just to make sure, like Santa Claus, to make sure there's no duplicates. And the other thing he did was all these players he sent me were actually Japanese. A lot of times people will send me cards and they're not always Japanese. They're from Korea, Taiwan, China, which again, I don't care. That's fine. I appreciate the gesture. I usually put them off to the side for like an Asian, PC I have, kind of off to the side that I don't hit it as hard, because there's like a bajillion Japanese players that can keep me busy forever. But I do try to, keep those off to the side. And also I might, never know, I might end up, having so many, I actually would have side PCs on some of these players. Those are Matsuzaka. But as you all can see, man, like a lot of these cards are like really nice, coming from high-end products. Like SP, Upper Deck SP, I got some Bowman Chrome of Kenshin Kawakami, Little known fact, Kawakami means wind god, or god wind. Because there's kamikaze. Kawa could be, really should be river god, now that I think about it. It depends on the character, but it's like river god. Kawa. Jojima, so Kawakami. It's always based on the kanji, but Kawa is like 3 lines, not that you all really care. I could have just made that up and you all wouldn't have known the difference, but I'd try to keep it real. It's been a while since I really thought about it. But Kawakami is like river god. But it really depends on his name, kanji name, to know what it is. Kenny Jojima, he is from, I believe he's from Honshu, which is why I used to live in Japan, but he played for the SoftBank Hawks, who I'm a huge fan of, Iguchi and Jojima, because they played for the SoftBank Hawks before they came to America. And so I always I have a little special place in my heart for them, because I watched them play in Japan before they made the transition to America. And, Jojima and Kenji and Tadahito Iguchi both had decent careers. I mean, they had a little bit more longevity than quite a few of the players. Position players. Because really, if you think about it, the ones who kind of lasted for a while would be Nomo, obviously, Ichiro without a doubt, Matsui, Darvish, Tanaka, and that's really the main ones I can think of. Otani is to be seen, what his level is. I mean, hopefully he'll end up being a DH. I don't know how much they'll use him for, pitching after next year. But I have a Japanese band in the background called the Wakagi Band. And they play traditional Japanese instruments for a modern style of music. So all the music that's being played is with Japanese traditional instruments, but they bust up the tempo a bit to kind of keep it. And there's a girl singer. But they're always in this weird hybrid of traditional clothing with a modern take on the clothing. I am trying. I'm not talking a lot about the cards, guys, as you all might expect. Maeda has had a pretty good career so far, too, I should say. As you all see, Hukadome, I think he had a lot of potential, but it didn't really go anywhere. A lot of these guys, most of you all probably don't even recognize or remember, because some of them didn't even make it to the show. And if they made it to the show, it was there was a Showtime special, and it was one and done. This is Fujikawa. Now we got Kawa on the back end. So, and I think those are the 2 same other. See, one's a refractor, one's a chrome, and then one is a prism or something. See, Ray was just awesome. Oh my gosh. Now we got Igawa. Excuse me. Iwakuma. Kuma is bear in Japanese. I don't know what Iwa is. But Kuma is bear. One of my students' name was Kuma. It was this Kuma. And every time she would say her last name was Kuma, she'd be like this. And I'm like, okay, I got it. It's a bear. Here's a Gucci. I love this Iguchi, this turkey red. Excuse me, Tots product. There's so much, guys. I'm trying to keep it going. But remember, this is just a few cards. Just a few. Igawa. I'm going to have a lot of fun this weekend probably going through all this stuff and start compiling it. But the crazy thing is that I just started really getting into the... oh my goodness gracious. Starting to really put Ichiro together with my trading card database. I started working on loading all the cards in there. So once I get that done, which is probably going to take me another, I don't know, a couple days at least if I really focused on it, I'll start on the other Japanese ball players. Iwamura. I think if I understand correctly, my Cincinnati Reds is the last team to have a Japanese baseball player on who ever played on the Reds. I think every other team has had a Japanese baseball player on their team at one time or another, but the Cincinnati Reds, which sucks because I'm right here close, and the only time I've ever seen Japanese players is when they come through. Darvish, who didn't do much this year with injuries and things of that sort. Maybe next season he'll be better. After the World Series this time last year and his lack of performance, to say the least, I don't know if they have much hope that he'll really recover. I'm hoping that he comes back and proves everybody wrong. But the Japanese, man, they just wear out, before they get here, man, those Japanese coaches, from the time before they're even in high school, they just wear out those poor boys' arms. So by the time they even hit the Japanese NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball, their MLB version, a lot of these guys' arms are already shot. It's just crazy. There's a cool looking die cut of Matsuzaka. But, they come over here, case in point, Ohtani, he's already done. He couldn't even make it a whole year, and he was already kaput. That's such a cool card. So, but, you never know, man. At the end of the day, they're never going to learn their lesson because the Japanese, honestly, at the end of the day, they just don't care. All they care about is winning. They don't care about the poor players that they're, abusing their bodies. They're just like, you're going to go out there and make us win. We don't care if you're throwing 200 pitches or if you're only on 2 days rest or whatever. You just got to throw in 150 pitches or whatever. They're going to just go ahead and throw you out there. I'm just skip this. There's some commercial popped up, and I'm like, okay, I can't deal with that commercial. I never heard of that Nolan Ryan guy, but Darvish is pretty cool. This guy, I don't even know if he even made it to the Rangers, actually played any games. It looks like he's playing a game there, but Tateyama Yoshinori, I don't know. Same thing with this guy here. I don't know if he ever actually threw a pitch in the Major League Baseball. If he did, it was what I always hear Ed say, he was just there for a cup of coffee. So he had a cup of coffee with the Mets. Hisanori Takahashi. More Matsuzaka. I mean, you could definitely tell Matsuzaka was a huge prospect for a lot of American baseball products, baseball card products. And then he had he had a one good season. His first year or two was actually not too shabby, but then he got injured, and it just was again arm injury. It went totally downhill. Look at that shine! Look at that shine! I should probably be wearing sunglasses on this video, just some of the shine. Now we're running back into some Matsui, some Hideki Matsui. But like I said it before, guys, these are just a few. These are just a few cards. I'm surprised if I didn't even have anybody still watching at this point. But I am trying to get through it. I'm almost done. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. That's kind of scared me. I saw an image off there that's me reflected off the card, but I thought it was going to end up being something 6 cents or something here in a second. I was starting to freak out a bit. Oh my gosh, there's somebody in here with me. I see their image off the card. Look at that. Look at that action. Man, that prism or whatever that's called. It's awesome. And then, oh yeah, Kazuo Matsui, he had a pretty lengthy career too, I forgot. He played quite a while in America too. He kind of jumped around from the Astros to, oh, who was he with? Astros and the Rockies mostly. I think he ended up with Philadelphia for a short time as well, or who was the other place? Mets. That's where he was also at. All right, last group. Kazuhiro Sasaki, he played quite a while with the Seattle Mariners, but he came over here quite a bit older, so he only had a few seasons in him anyways, because he was already tapped out by the time he probably got over here. He got a couple seasons in. He won Rookie of the Year, so there's that, I guess. Aoki Norichika, he's back playing in Japan, because he's still young enough to get a couple more seasons in, but I think he kind of hit the wall here in America. I think he was pretty good defensively, if I remember correctly. However, offensively, as is most Japanese baseball players, it doesn't translate over here. And then we'll end right here with two Matsui cards, Moments and Milestones. So guys, that was it. Thank you. It's a 16-minute video. I appreciate it. Again, I just want to thank Ray, icollectichiro, dude. You were amazing. I mean, like, seriously, I already messaged you and all that, but thank you again. I am so incredibly blessed by this community, and you all continue to surprise me, shock and awe, out of my mailbox, and I will definitely be putting these cards to good use in my collection, because like I said, as I was going through them just a minute ago, I realized how many of these I do not have, and if I do have them, it might not be these variants and things. So with that being said, thank you again, Ray. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. If you made it this long, support each other, love each other, respect each other, and until next time, peace out.